out of your hat, huh?
Yeah, no, exactly. I was hearing rumors that Stamkos was in Toronto. He was meeting with the owners of the Maple Leafs. He was meeting with the mayor of Toronto, and then all of a sudden, boom, re-signing with Tampa Bay. Like it was a whirlwind day. A lot of news, a lot of crazy, crazy storylines. I wasn't sure what to believe anymore.
Okay, well, I heard from what the during draft day, what I hear, Malkin was coming to the Hawks. I said, well, where are we getting the cap room for that?
Yeah, Malkin's name has been tossed around with multiple teams over the last week and a half. So I wouldn't be surprised if it also happens.
Well,
Just
I wouldn't be surprised if it's moved. That's a contract you don't want to see the player go, but you can do a lot with that money.
absolutely.
That team and restock that team going forward.
Especially when they just got the Stanley Cup curse, which anyone knows if you win the Stanley Cup, you pretty much watch your team get gutted the next year.
The only time it didn't happen was not even last year, the year before that. Hawks won it. They had a chance to come back and do it again, and they just fell short, unfortunately. But yeah, you're right. It's hard to that cut, especially now with the cap going. It's hard to keep the team together. It's not like the old days with Detroit. They used to be able to keep their guys together. They came up, they grew up in the system, they signed them long term, and it didn't matter what the money was because they had the money. They signed them, and that team stayed competitive for decades.
No, exactly.
It's not the same anymore.
No, and it's a more competitive league now, which is good, right? More chances for the lower teams to succeed, to move up, to have that chance to make the playoffs. And especially with San Jose in their first ever Stanley Cup final, that shows how competitive the league is finally getting. It is awesome. I am happy to see it, but it still sucks to watch players leave. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Especially when you watch him go and you get so attached to him and you watch him hoist that cup and it's all emotional and then 2 days later someone goes and traded and you're like, oh god, it's like part of your family just walked out.
Yeah, as a hockey fan, like such a diehard fan nation such as for the Blackhawks as well as for me for my Wings and up here in Winnipeg for the Jets. These are extreme hockey markets and fan based. To watch any player walk away, whether it's their choice or someone else's, is a really really emotional feeling and all that. So I feel for Montreal losing probably one of their favorite players. Same with Edmonton, losing some of their favorite players. You losing Shaw. At least Tampa Bay doesn't have to lose their shining knight.
I think the worst thing is the PR spin that both sides take, during that time. It happened last year for me with Saad. It was that big thing. Will Saad resign? Will he not resign? I don't know. Okay, we're sitting down. He's our number one priority. We're going to make him a target. Without him, yet, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, he's traded. What the heck? He just came out and said that I'll take less to be with the Hawks. I want to be the Hawks for the rest of my life. The GM just came out, Bowman just told me that, this is his number one priority. You're in talks, things look good. And all of a sudden, 2 days later, not even, 2 hours later, you're traded. Same thing happened this year with Shaw, where Shaw's agent came out. We're really close. We're just a few, just a little bit off, Bowman, number one priority. We're talking right now. Looks really good. He's my, and all of a sudden, boom, traded. There needs to be an aspect of what you said, the heartbreaking. This year, you follow this. People are like, oh, he's my favorite player. I'm gonna follow. Okay, yeah, he's about to resign. Good, he's not going anywhere. I bought, 3 jerseys of his now. I don't want him to go anywhere, type of thing. People would take it a whole lot better if you just kind of came out. You don't have to come out and, blast somebody. Be like, oh, this GM, he's stiffing, this agent, he's a real dick. I can't work with him. That. Just come out and be like, right now we're talking, if things are a little far apart, we're not really sure, we're hopeful, but, we're not really sure, That's a whole lot better than, things are looking good, we're almost signing them. PR they take, I think they just need to be a little bit more honest.
It might help the fans, handle it better, but at the same point, on a professional level, they need to keep things close to the belt. They need to, make it look like both sides are agreeing. whether they are or not, it makes them look better, which is very important in the hockey world, right? You got to make sure that both sides don't look like evil people. You'll lose fans either way, right? Winnipeg went through this last year with Andrew Ladd, who is now part of your team. And for us, it wasn't so much just losing a player; it was losing our captain in a trade that eventually, and definitely hurt in more ways than one.
But wouldn't you have been okay? So wouldn't you have been a little bit more accepting of and there's a way to do that that doesn't throw either one under the bus. Just you can easily say like, you know, I guess how would you put this to me? I'm not really a PR guy. I learn a lot to easily put this to the public, but I mean, I guess you could easily put it in the sense of these were just, Andrew Ladd's a really great person, great hockey player. We wish to have him here right now. We're just, two sides are far apart. We're going to have to go ahead and part ways on this one. We wish him the best of luck. We think that he's great. There's ways to do that to, not throw someone on the bus, but also kind of just be transparent.
Yeah, up here in Winnipeg, we had basically what it came down to is two players needed a contract extension, Andrew Ladd and Dustin Byfuglien. When it came down to the two, it was pretty obvious to the fans of who would be better to keep on the team. Andrew Ladd, yes, he may be the captain, but Dustin Byfuglien was a far better rounded player and more vocal, more physical and more not transparent but more visible as compared to the two. So we sort of prepared for the possibility of watching this player leave. As a hockey fan, everyone knows that anybody can trade it at any given day, so you learn to expect it.
Sure. Dustin Byfuglien. That's another heartache, but that's another time.
Yeah, so I think we should start wrapping up this show. Very great show. A lot of definitely a lot of banter back and forth. Some great and some sad days in the hockey world.
Yes. Before we wrap up, I'd like to just kind of mention the sports world here. We've lost a couple of greats again this week. Buddy Ryan, who is a hugely influential defense coordinator for the NFL. He was part of the 4-6 defense created by the '85 Bears, who went on to Super Bowl champions. Some say the greatest defense to ever play football. That's an opinion and argument for another day, but losing him, he was an icon, and we lost Pat Summitt, who could arguably be considered maybe the second, greatest college, women's college basketball coach that there is. So sports world lost two big people this week, and I'd like to just kind of acknowledge that and just say that we're thinking about their families and their friends, and our thoughts are with them.
No, exactly. It's tough. Like there's been a lot of loss in the sports world. We and I unfortunately I don't have any of the names on me, but we've lost two recent former MMA guys over the last week as well. One of them was a hit and run out in Edmonton, which is very close to home. And luckily they have caught the culprit on that, so there's some good news there. And the other one is Amar from overseas. He unfortunately passed away from cancer. So a lot of losses on multiple fields, and our hearts go to all of them.
Yeah, that's better. There's a lot of that this year. I don't know why. It just seems like 16 has just been like a year of passing. It just seems like a hard hit after hard hit.
Yeah. The one that really knocked me on my feet would be Gordie Howe. That's one I still can't get over, but I think there's a lot of people in the same shoes.
Yeah, that's Gordie Howe, Ali. I mean, just all these iconic figures to our sports. I mean, just like you think of boxing, you think of Ali, you think of, at least personally, if anybody knows hockey, you think of hockey. What two names you think of are, at least to me personally, is Gordie Howe and Wayne Gretzky. It's kind of like.
And without.
I like Wayne Gretzky, but
you wouldn't have
Wayne. Huge. I mean, like you were saying, just huge to lose all these great people that so many people look up outside of sports, just as people, as figures, is, Gordie Howe did a lot for the community. He was just, I know we were talking one time, and you said Gordie Howe was your guy. I said, well, Bobby Hull really got me into hockey. Well, I wouldn't go around and shoot Bobby Hull for him. He's not the greatest of people, but I mean, Gordie Howe was a good person. You have good people, so forget the fact that you lost the sports lesson. You just lost a good person.
Yeah, no, exactly. And without Gordie Howe, you wouldn't have Gretzky, who was definitely a big influence and mentor to Gretzky. So,
for sure.
So yeah, no.
Yes, I agree.
So yeah, this has been, yeah. So this will be the end of our show.
We gotta think of something fun way. Let's go. All Cubs are out of their losing streak. They're still number one. They're still on task to break the curse. Go Cubs.
About damn time.
Positive. No. What about you? What about positive for you?
UFC 200. July 9th. I think that's the most positive thing right now. Brock Lesnar coming back. Jones versus Cormier. Definitely, going to be a good fight. Big return, and probably his only.
Do you think he'll do a suplex or a pile driver? Okay, I'm sorry, I'll decide.
I think he's going to bring out a mop and mop up his own blood. That's my thought on that one.
Back to darker days.
No, that'll be good days. When Mark Hunt mops the floor with him, that's good days.
Well, I hope so, because then this whole little I'm back thing will just be done and over with, and he can go fade into oblivion, and he can go, get all oiled up and do fake stuff with a bunch of people in the ring.
Exactly. So, well, we might as well wrap this up now. We've pretty much handled everything. So yeah, this has been this has been episode 2 of Nerd Officials, and by far one of the greatest because there's been no technical difficulties.
I would agree. This is our greatest episode so far.
Yeah, no technical difficulties means we've won this round. So of course I am Captain Fizz.
And I am Darth Panda.
And you can follow. We might as well do my shameless plugs because, well, where would I be without them? You can follow me.
You can plug away for both of us. You guys still haven't joined that whole social media thing yet.
It's a curse. It's a curse. So yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at RealCaptFizz, so at RealCaptainFizz. Check out our website, www.fizzmassshow.com. They got, all our other stuff for my other show that runs on Tuesday nights. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Damn.
Feel free to hashtag Panda on his account and anytime you guys want to, just so he knows.
Yes.
Panda the hell out of that account.
Yes, Panda the hell out of the account. So yeah, thanks for listening to our second official, episode. I think this is only going to get better as the weeks go or the months go on, and whatever you want to call it.
I hope it gets better. It should. Please come back, please.
Yeah. So yeah, you got any closing remarks?
No, I don't have anything cool, but I promise next time I'll come up with a really cool trademark.
Okay, well, that's it, everybody. Stay frosty and keep your stick on the ice. Good night.
Remember, love somebody just because they're somebody.
Exactly. Couldn't be any truer. Good night, everybody.